Welcome back. This video is going to be a continuation of the process of installing and configuring osTicket. osTicket was installed in a previous video, which I will link below, as well as a GitHub project to that video, which will break everything down in further detail. So we're going to get started by logging in with the admin account that was created during the installation process. And here we are now in the opening screen of osTicket. This has us in the agent panel. So this is what the help desk technicians would see in order to work on tickets. So what we're going to do is click Admin Panel. And now this is going to give us access to everything that the administrator would need to do for osTicket. So the first thing that we're going to do is configure roles. To get to this screen, we just come down to Agents, click on that tab, and now we're going to click on Roles. We're going to add a new role. This role is going to be called Supreme Admin. And we're calling it the Supreme Admin because all of the permissions are going to be set. So you can see roles in osTicket are the permissions for osTicket that the roles can be assigned to each agent, depending on the agent's skills and ability and level in their departments. So the roles have been successfully added for Supreme Admin. Next, we're going to configure departments. So we're going to click on this button here for departments. And you can see that there's a maintenance and a support department here. We're going to add a new department. This is going to be a top level department. You could also make it as a sub-department to a parent department. So this one we're going to call sysadmins, for the system administrators. We're going to come down here and click Create Department. We're going to create one more department, and we're going to call this one Online Banking. And here we can see the sysadmins and the online banking departments that we have created. Next, we're going to create an agent. So we're going to come over here and click on the button for agents. We're going to add a new agent. And this agent's name is going to be Jane Doe. Username will be Jane. We go to set password, and normally the agents will receive an email where they'll be able to set up their password. We're going to remove that and just create a password for Jane now. And here are the departments that we could place Jane into. So we're going to put Jane into online banking with the Supreme Admin role. And then we'll come here to agents. And we now have Jane Doe as our Supreme Admin for online banking. Next, we're going to create a team, and we can get to that by going to the Agents tab and clicking on the Teams button. And what teams are groups of agents that are assigned to a specific team together. So they might be focusing on a certain type of support ticket or working on a project together. But teams are groups of agents that are brought together for a specific purpose. So we're going to add a new team. And we'll call this team Online Banking Issues. And we'll go ahead and add Jane Doe to this team. And now we could see that online banking issues team has been created with one member. Now we're going to create a user. And a user is a name for the customer that would be submitting a support ticket. We'll come here to the agent panel, go to users, and come here to add user. And we're going to create a user named Karen. And Karen is now in our user directory. Now we're going to set up service level agreements. They're also called SLAs. And what a service level agreement is it sets the time limit for responding to and resolving a ticket based on its priority. We're going to begin by going to Manage an SLA, Add New SLA Plan, and our first one will be called Sev A for Severity Level A. The grace period, which is how long it has to be resolved, is 1 hour. And we have the schedule here. So we have 24/5, so that's 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with US holidays, and that is standard business hours. Since this is the highest level severity, we're going to make that 24/7, that this ticket will be resolved within 1 hour. We'll add another SLA plan. This one will be Sev B, and its grace period will be 4 hours, also 24/7. And third, we're going to make Sev C. So our lowest level of severity, that will be given 8 hours to be resolved, and we'll put that on standard business hours. So if this was to come in at 3 p.m. on Friday, then it would be due at 3 p.m. on Monday because it does not count the weekend hours, nor does it count the hours before 8 a.m. or after 5 p.m. And here we can see all three of our SLA plans. Last, we're going to configure help topics. So we're going to come over here to this button for help topics. And what help topics are preset categories that will allow a user to select when they're submitting a ticket, and that will help get the ticket to the right department. So we're going to go here to add new help topic. And we'll call this one a business critical outage. And under the parent topic, we're going to put that as report a problem. We're going to create another help topic. And this one will be pretty common. It'll be a password reset. And so we'll put that under the parent report a problem, access issue. And now osTicket is completely configured and ready to be receiving tickets.